Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. I will do 2 more cartoon polls after my review for Scooby-Dooby-Doo, chat. Where are you? You got somewhere to be now. Episode 3, The Hassle in the Castle, chat. We are now on, they call it, it's fucking Horror Island, chat. Horror Island. And who's on this Horror Island, chat? A fucking ghost. And it's using a fucking, periscope. It's looking, and what does it see out in the distance, chat? Through all the smog and smut and horse. It's the goddamn Mystery Inc. gang. They're on a boating trip, and like, this ghost is like, why the fuck are these meddling kids out at fucking midnight on a boat trip where there's nothing but smog? He's like, why are they doing this? And we cut to the fucking boat, and listen, chat, Velma and Daphne are like, Fred, why the hell are we taking this boating trip in the middle of the goddamn night with all this smog around us? And Fred's like, I don't know, guys. I'm just doing it for the sake of the fucking episode. Dumb. Dumb. And Scoob, he's already fucking freaked out, but I love it, chat, because we have this, like, thick smog, and everyone's like, what's causing the thick smog? And Velma said some science shit, and you're like, well, yeah, it's what Velma said, even though I didn't understand it, because she's a nerd. And then, chat, they fucking confirm it. They confirm in this episode, because I love this piece of dialogue. I kid you fucking not. Shaggy, he's below deck. He comes out. He's like, are you guys getting blazed out here? I'm fucking serious, chat. Watch episode 3, The Hassle in the Castle. The first line dialogue from Shaggy's mouth is, are you guys getting blazed, chat? Now, getting blazed, chat, that's a reference to smoking doobies. I knew it. I fucking knew it. First, he's the dumbest member of the team. I think Shaggy's actually competent. We saw him earlier episode. Like, Shaggy, he's a fucking gymnast. In episode 1, they confirm he's on the gymnastics team. He's a master fucking chef. You know, the only one's holding him back is fucking Scooby-Doo. That Great Dane who's gonna die in like a year and a half because they only live to like 5. So, not like that, chat. In reality, we'd be on Scooby-Doo fucking 12 by this time, like modern day. And so many Scooby-Doos. That's right. Are you guys getting blazed? I am not joking. What? HBO Max, chat. Episode 3, Hassle in the Castle. The first line dialogue is, you guys getting blazed out here. And he goes, we're not doing that. Shaggy's like, oh, zoinks, man. Why don't you go get some more sleep? Shaggy's like, I can't sleep on an empty stomach, man. And he made his favorite fucking sandwich, chat. Sardines, marshmallows, and fudge. Fucking fudge. He has his sandwiches. Oh, it's so some big old olive. He's just about to chow down. Gonna go past the teeth and gums and into my belly. But chat, that fucking dog Scooby-Doo comes in there and starts eating the sandwich, eats his fucking hand. He's like, he's screaming and shit. The only thing he left from was that olive. And Scooby still eats the goddamn olive. And Fred, he's a fucking moron. He crashes the goddamn boat into Horror Island. And they're like, we're stranded on Horror Island. What the hell are we going to do? And they're like, maybe we should go up to that fucking spooky castle. The spooky pirate castle, chat. Not only is it a spooky castle, there's pirates that were once there. And Shaggy's like, fuck, Jesus Christ, man, come on. Please, zoinks, motherfucker, come on, man. And he's like, it's okay, Shaggy, we need help. And so they go up the beach, chat, and Scooby-Doo, he's distracted because he sees a piece of paper that's just moving around the beach. And he's like, whoa, he goes over a chair, he's sniffing at it, and a fucking crab pokes out. And he goes, oh, it's just a crab, Raggy. And the fucking thing clamps on his nose. He's fucking freaking out. He's like, whoa, he's fucking flailing all around, chat, and throws the crab back in the ocean. But he goes back to the piece of paper, chat, he bites onto it, and brings it to Shaggy in the game. They take it, it's like, and this paper just says, get the fuck out of here, you meddling kids. And they go, this is a clue. Like, Fred's like, huh, gang, this is a clue. And Shaggy's like, it says get the fuck out of here. You know what, Fred, let's cut our goddamn laws and get the hell out of here. It's like, Shaggy, we don't have, our boat's stranded on here. It's fucking beach. He's like, you know what, we can fucking unbeach it, Fred. push that shit back in the water. You can put you're the jock among us, right? That's part of your clique. Put your fucking back through it and push us out there, but he's not going to do that. So like, we should go up to the castle, Shaggy, and see what's what. He's like, ah, shit. And so they go up to the spooky pirate castle, chat. And apparently they start telling the legend, chat. This pirate castle was owned by Captain Vasquez in 1612. Okay, this is used as his base operations. They go in there. And they see his portrait and go, hey, here it is. There's good old Vasquez. And it's like, we should, this is a fucking mystery. Whoever wants us out of here, they're probably up to no fucking good. So let's search for some clues, gang. And this is the first episode, chat, where they don't split up. They're like, let's stick in a fucking group. Shaggy's like, you know what, fucking Fred? Put a moratorium on splitting up, okay? You always go have a Daphne just fucking somewhere. And then Velma and Scooby and I, we're always running to the goddamn ghost. How can we go as a group? Okay? Could go as a goddamn group. And Fred's like, Jesus, Shaggy, okay. And so they go as a group, chat. They're walking around, and they're like, oh, man, I'm not finding any clues. And then Daphne's like, you know what, guys, maybe we should just go. And a fucking trap floor opens up behind her, chat, and she falls through. Just fucking breaks all of her legs, all of her bone legs, chat. She's screaming, ah! Just bleeding out, chat. Her bones just fucking shattered in her legs. It's just meat and cartilage and muscle and exposed blood vessels, just fucking dead. Just dead, chat. And they're like, Daphne! And the door closes and is like, ah, shit. And they're like, we gotta look for Daphne. And Fred's like, I'm gonna go up by myself. He's like, of course you are, Fred, you asshole. And so Shaggy and Velma and Scooby, they separate from Fred. They go on their way. Velma's she does something. She fucks something up. And she gets separated. My glasses, like a glasses scene or something, chat. And then Scooby and Shaggy, they're walking around, and it's like, oh, zoink, Scoob, I can really go for a sandwich right now, man. And this is no explanation for this. They're at the, that's the thing. Because they're like, that's the thing. Because fucking Velma and Fred, matter of fact, they go off on their own. They get separated. And like, Zoink, Scoob, where'd they go? And this fucking skull says, they went down there. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. It's like, so right. I love that the skull says, so right. And they go, oh, Zoink, Scoob, that skull's fucking talking, man. And they take off. And it's like, oh, jeez, I think my hunger's getting to my head, Scoob. And it's like, I could really go for a ham sandwich right about now. And then this fucking ham sandwich appears out of nowhere. It just appears out of nowhere. It's just there. And he goes, oh, you know what? I'd be scared, but I'm just so hungry, Scoob. And it's like, oh, he lifts the sandwich up. He's like, oh, I could use some mustard. And this fucking ghost mustard shows up. And he takes the mustard jet, puts on the sandwich. And it's like, you know what would make this even better? It's like, yeah, we got sandwich, but I'd like to cut in half so we can share it. And this fucking knight, which they're standing right next to, has his axe and just fucking goes right on top of the sandwich and cuts in half. He goes, oh, zoinks, and they run away, but he comes back to the sandwich chat. He takes the sandwich and they run off. Very weird, bizarre fucking scene. It didn't make any goddamn sense to me. I don't understand it. Eventually, chat, we cut back to Daphne. Her fucking legs are all fucked up. They're bleeding. And she doesn't even have legs anymore, chat. Like, when she hit the goddamn ground, which is about 3 stories, they just fucking exploded, below her. It's terrible. So she's dragging herself. Chat, trying to find out where the hell she is. But eventually, she does run into Shaggy, chat, because she fucking hoists herself up on her broken legs, and she takes a fucking vase, and Shaggy's run away because they find a ghost. But by the way, just a ghost of a sheet on its head. That's all it is. Great sound effect, woo, and all that shit, but just a ghost of a sheet. Very simple design. Saved a lot of money. Hanna-Barbera, you cheap fuck. And so Shaggy and Scooby, they're scared as shit because they would be. And they're running. And she just fucking brains Shaggy with this vase, Chad. Fucking hits him, bludgeoned, brain exposed, skull fragments have gone into the brain. Severe brain damage at this point, Chad. Not that it matters. And she's like, oh, Shaggy, I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, it's okay, Daphne. I'm just glad we found you. Fred, Velma show up. He's like, where the fuck were they doing? Fred's, you know what? Velma, why don't we fucking do it? Why don't we bang uglies? We never done it before. She's like, hell yeah. And they did that, Chad. And he's like, you know what? This is good. We got to learn about each other, Velma. They all meet up, and it's like, okay, so we got to find where the hell this ghost is. And the ghost shows up, Chad. The ghost is there. And they're like, oh, zoinks. And they run off, and then they go to, basically, this just shows how shit the animation was back then. So what they do, Chad, they go to another room. They close the door behind them. And it's like, oh, boy. The ghost isn't going to get in here. And then they hear the ghost chat, and it cuts to what they're looking at in front of them, which, as we saw before, was a wall and a door. But then the wall and the door just disappears, and we just see the ghost. It goes, get the fuck out of here, you meddling kids and your goddamn dumb dog. And they go, oh, and they run away. It's like, wait a minute. You just established in this shot that there's a wall and door in front of you. Okay? So you can't just say, no, I won't go there anymore. Fuck off. And so now, they're running, and they end up inside a room filled with all sorts of magic stuff, chat. Like props for like a magic show. And they're all hiding in different places. Shaggy, he hides inside this box. And, the ghost goes over there. He's like, oh, shit, Shaggy, watch out. And the ghost just begins sawing the box in half, chat. And you hear just Shaggy going, ah! As he's being sawed slowly in half, chat. And eventually it's sawed in half, and his legs just run off like he's a goddamn chicken. And Velma goes, oh, Jesus Christ, Shaggy. But it's okay, chat. For whatever reason, this ghost apparently had a perfect replica of Shaggy's head, Shaggy Rogers' head, chat. I don't know if Shaggy sold his likeness to this company that made this dummy figurine. I know the Mystery Incorporated was already being well known in their hometown of Coolsville. That could be it. And he's like, well, I'm going to cash in on this fucking thing. I'm going to sell my license to this company, and they can use me in magic shows and shit. I don't know. It's not established. It's not established, chat. And so, but it's okay. Shaggy's fine. He's because he was the lower half. He's okay. And eventually they get the fuck out. There's also some other shenanigans where Scooby-Doo's going through all these various doors and shit, and the ghost gets confused, and they're like, all right, shit. This is some serious nonsense. Eventually they come to a room where they find this giant key. And this key is like, it has some arbitrary clue on it. It's like, oh, you got it. Well, apparently this key is leading us to the library. And they go to the library, chat. And then it's like this one particular book, The Bells. And the book name is The Bells. And they open the book, chat. And then one of the first words in there is fucking highlighted in red. And it says the catacombs. So the catacombs obviously be in the basement. So they go down the catacombs, chat. And so they open up the fucking thing. And I think that leads to like another magic room or some shit. And they were on the more shenanigans of the ghost. And they realize, okay. And Velma says, oh, I think I figured this out. It's like, fuck. And Shaggy's like, bullshit, you figured this out. What did you figure out? You didn't figure anything out. What the hell are you talking about? And so they're like, okay, we got to set up a trap with the ghost now. And I was like, fine. And so they set up their trap, but they need a goddamn piece of bait. They need a distraction. And they said, Scooby-Doo, you must do this. Scooby's like, oh, please, no. I have about a year and a half left in my dog lifespan. Please, they give him some fucking Scooby snacks. 3 Scooby snacks and he's good, Chad. He's golden. And they dress it, for whatever reason, the ghost, like, he needs to realize that you're human. And so we're going to put you in an overcoat and a mustache and a bowler hat. And, you'll pretend to be human, and you'll distract him. And Scooby's, like, scared. And it's like, oh, don't be scared, Scooby. Just pretend you're Lassie. Just pretend you're whatever famous dog from back then. But then Fred just says, just pretend you're John Wayne. And fucking Scooby is like, John Wayne? And Scooby just starts acting like John Wayne. Because I know back in the day, John Wayne was a very popular actor. I'm not a big fan of John Wayne, personally, chat. I don't think he's all that great. I don't know. I have some issues with John Wayne. But eventually, he's like, fuck, he pretends to be John Wayne, and he encounters the ghost, and he just starts fucking with him. Shaggy finally gets the internal strength by pretending to be a racist piece of shit who destroyed the career of countless writers and directors and actors during the Red Scare. So fuck John Wayne. And Ghost just gets so fucking pissed off at Scooby, he starts chasing him. And Scooby, he's going back to the mystery gang, but they're about to set the trap. He's like, Scooby, jump! Because if Scooby jumps, then the ghost will trip up on it, and he'll get stuck in the trap. But Scooby doesn't jump, and he fucking gets stuck in the trap himself. He gets all tangled up on all these wires, chat. But eventually it all works out, because despite Scooby fucking it up, even though technically it's not his fault, Scooby is thrown upon the ghost, lands on top of him, chat, fucking cripples him, paralyzing the neck down. They get him, and it's like, yeah, we got the bad guy. And eventually the police show up, and it's like, oh, we saw your boat beached on the Whore Island, and we want to check out what you were doing here. And it's like, well, we're glad you came here, officer. Velma says, we know exactly what's happening. And they go over to the ghost, and they take the fucking sheet off of him, and it's just some guy. And they're like, who is this? And the cop goes, this is Monsieur Bluestone. He is a magician wanted in 6 states. It's like, what? Okay, I came out. You pulled that out of your goddamn ass. 1 in 6. Goddamn. Not Old Man Jenkins. No. It's fucking Monsieur Bluestone. He's a magician wanted in 6 states. Why is a magician wanted in 6 states? That's not explained. And Velma, or one of the people, says, like, oh, the reason why, it's obvious, the reason why he came to Whore Island is because he's looking for the treasure of Senor Vasquez, Captain Senor Vasquez. And Bluestone goes, Yep, that's it. Yeah, you nailed it. But then they have to explain, like, why was everything floating and weird and shit? And Shaggy goes, it was wires, man. That's why my ham sandwich was floating in the air. They just show off wires and shit. It's like, that's weird. But what about the parts where the ghost is going through walls? And Bluestone goes, if you'll allow me, I will do one final performance and show you how it, like, he's actually telling them how he did it. It's like, no, man, you're giving them evidence to how they can incriminate you. Don't do this, you asshole. Didn't read his Miranda rights at all, chat. He comes over to his projector. I just projected myself with mirrors and shit. And it looked like I was walking through walls, but I actually wasn't. So there you go. Well, now you explain it. You're going to go to jail, I guess, for trespassing? I guess he's wanted in 6 states for something, chat. I don't know what the fucking Monsieur Bluestone did. And then it ends, chat, where Scooby's like, oh, shit, I think Scooby found the treasure. But he didn't find the treasure, chat. He just dug up this gopher's home, and he fucking bit the gopher, chat, and it died from a heart attack because it was like, Jesus Christ, it's a goddamn great day, and it died instantly, chat. And Spoon goes, Scooby-Dooby-Doo! And that, chat, is Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? You got somewhere to be now. Episode 3, Hassle in a Castle. Congratulations, my friends. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked the review.